Morocco is ramping up aid and supplies to survivors of Friday's 6.8 magnitude earthquake. The death toll is now past 2,900. Some 5,500 others are injured. 5 days in, Morocco is now well past the 72-hour window when rescues are considered most likely. But search teams are still scouring the rubble for the living. Temporary campsites have been set up for those who have lost their homes. But survivors say there are not enough to shield them from the approaching cold and rainy season.
المشكل هو غراس اما ما تني خاصة كاين الحاجه اللي هي المهم نضرب كذا راس ندي تاين الحليب تاعي خسر حيت اللي ماني عيطتي ليه هادي القضيه دازتي تيسانتيه خاصها نزود السكر الزيت غيدور راه يخسر صافي ايوا غراس تيتسنى غراس ولي الناس الا غراس عليه مشكل الحاجه راه زعما راه تحل المشكله هنا غراس تيقن من الجهات ولا من الجهه غانا.
And Giles Gibson joins us live from Marrakesh. Giles, as we mentioned, 5 days in, so hopes of surviving so many days in, that is fading. But what progress is still being made to find those who might be trapped, as well as getting aid to those in more remote regions?
Well, we actually have a team that is making its way slowly up into the high Atlas Mountains, into some of these areas that have been most devastated by this earthquake. They are telling me that the roads are passable, at least so far. A lot of those roads, of course, have been hit by landslides and boulders and have been they've had to be unblocked by the Moroccan military over the last few days or so. Our team are also telling me that medical supplies are now starting to flow into more and more of these villages scattered across the mountains. And they're also sending me some heartbreaking stories, telling me about one village, for example, where there is a young man who's broken his back and he is effectively stuck there until they can organize some sort of a helicopter to medevac him out there because he simply cannot be taken on a truck or on a stretcher down from his mountain village. Over the course of Tuesday, we were hearing that there were still some small communities right close to the epicenter of this earthquake that have still not received any assistance whatsoever. They've not been reached either by search and rescue teams or indeed by trucks or any sort of military workers or other teams carrying supplies such as food and water and blankets. What we're trying to figure out over the next few hours or so is whether there are still communities who've had no help whatsoever, or if at least every single small village has been reached with some sort of assistance just in terms of basic things such as food and water. In terms of the longer-term picture, the Prime Minister of Morocco at the start of the week announced that they were looking at rebuilding houses, but clearly they are still in the phase of keeping this search and rescue operation going.
Well, thanks to Giles Gibson reporting live to us there from Marrakesh.